have gone to dissent? What are okay? What are some advantages and disadvantages of going to dissent?
What I think starting off with, I think disadvantages is that most of the Islamic schools that I'm familiar with here in the States are pretty young and new, and so they don't have the history or the foundation. So their curriculums are still new. They're still trying to develop the curriculum. When it comes to education, it's you just kind of get one chance, right? You start the system and you end, and so parents want to send their kids to schools that they know are good schools, and so that lack of history can certainly be a problem. That also then brings into financial issues that because the schools are young and the concept of having Islamic schools here in the States is more within the past decade, stretching it maybe past 2 decades. So they don't really have that long foundation, and so a lot of them do have some economic problems. They don't have the large support for funding. In terms of the advantages, some of the exposure, some of the different peer pressures that are in public schools or other private schools, in theory would not be there or would be there to a lesser degree. When I say peer pressures, I would mean not just kind of your normal standard peer pressures that all parents worry about, but other things that are more Islamically based. And so, dealing with some of those issues. So, some examples of that would be like dating. So, within Islam, dating is not permitted, and so the peer pressure to date, to have boyfriends, girlfriends, in theory would be a lot less at an Islamic school. Simple things as having being able to get not worry about what you eat at the cafeteria to make sure that it fits an Islamic diet would be another example of certainly something that could be advantageous at going to an Islamic school. Um, not having people criticize you or look at you funny because of the way you dress or because you take time out of your day to do your prayers. So you'd have that foundation, that support in an Islamic school.
I think for me additionally, advantage would be for us. Islam is a not only faith, but it really encompasses all aspects of our life. So to go to a school that fosters that, it'd be nice, when it's time to pray, everybody would pray together. It'd be nice to share that. Um, and as far as holidays, that's something I think that almost across the world battle with public school or private sector, because obviously for the traditional Christian and Catholic holidays, all schools, they're also federal holidays. They're recognized. You don't get, you're off. There's nothing you're missing. Um, and the mainstream Jewish holidays are also on the calendars, and no problem if they miss school. But that was kind of a struggle for me, and I know a lot of my friends getting off for our Islamic holidays, and it's pretty frustrating that educators don't understand that. Why would we want off for something like that? So that would be nice to, like, oh, everybody's off, and to kind of have that would be rejoicing, I think. But I think another disadvantage that because I've went to meetings to help organize some institutions, new Islamic schools, is just getting teachers um, that have the credentials, that have the experience, and that are willing to do this with all of their heart and their mind and their spirit. Because, again, like he said there, it's a new era of schools that are trying to become established, and we're not there yet, unfortunately. There are very few and that are successful, but they're still blossoming. You know, teachers are already underpaid and underappreciated. So to go into this, I think, takes a lot of determination, and we need those educators that are full of bright ideas and just willing to really take off on the children.